I was never a compassionate person. I always disliked the elderly, and children annoyed me, and my mother was really upset that she was raising a child that to her seemed so inconsiderate, and she always told me, I want you to grow up to be a kind person. If I instill anything onto you, I hope it's kindness and compassion for others and empathy. And little did she know, years later, I would have boatloads of compassion, just maybe not for her intended audiences. I now consider myself an animal advocate. I'm passionate about easing animals' suffering in all the systems of our society, and I never saw this passion coming for me from a mile away. It all started when I was in 3rd grade, 8 years old. I did a research project on the famous primatologist, Dr. Jane Goodall, and was moved and inspired not only by her dedication to her field, but also to her research findings, her evidence that primates were not only intelligent creatures, but they were social. They had complex emotional connections to one another. They grieved after the death of a family member. And this profoundly moved me, and at that age I clung on to this fact that I found so cool, and I did research about other animals. I fell in love with frogs. I became obsessed with the red-eyed tree frog. I spoke to my aunt, who was also a vegetarian at the time, and we shared our love for animals together. And through the years, at that point, when I was 8 years old, I decided to become vegetarian as well, and through the years, my love for animals was unwavering until I took this truly life-changing course in college called Colonizing Creatures, and I came across this book that moved me to go vegan because I realized that there was immense suffering in the dairy industry as well. And so for the last 12 years, my number one defining factor has been my compassion for animals. So, Mom, here I am, almost an adult and a compassionate person. So, I would say